What is the most reliable, functional, best generation of Chevrolet trucks? We'll be looking at my dad's Silverado 1500 4x4, and based on what I've heard from a lot of people, including my dad's experience, which we'll go through in this video, this generation of trucks really can't be beat for reliability and everything just working the way it's supposed to work, not giving you any trouble. So this is a 2002 model, so 99 through 2007 was this generation of truck, and this one has the 5.3 motor. Let's look at everything else it has. So this has four-wheel drive, the 5.3-liter Vortec V8, the trailer package, which includes the transmission oil cooler, locking rear differential, and the heavy-duty suspension. The sticker price said $29,000, but he got it for $23,000. So I talked to him about everything that's gone wrong with it over the years, and there really hasn't been much. He's really good at doing maintenance on it. In fact, also if you look under it, this truck's done a lot of years in Colorado, and there's not any rust on the body, and you can see the frame is showing a little bit of rust, but really not bad at all for spending 15 winters out in Colorado.
So the intermediate steering shaft was replaced under recall. He had a brake caliper on the back seized up at 115,000 miles, probably from the chemicals they put on the road. The front brake pads are actually still good after 143,000 miles, which is pretty amazing. And he uses this truck all the time. He's traveled with it. They've gone to Alaska from Colorado and back pulling a 17-foot trailer. So this thing has gotten used for sure. It's not just sitting in the garage. Switched to normal coolant pretty early on in the process. The factory coolant, lifetime coolant that came with these trucks originally would eat up your gaskets. So getting that out of there soon was probably a big help. He says it does hesitate on acceleration. The transmission kind of takes a little while to downshift, and it acts kind of funky, but that is just a standard feature apparently. He said that he had him check it and talk to the dealer and talk to other people who drive these trucks, and it just, when you step on the gas, you got to wait a minute for it, not a minute, but you got to wait a little bit for it to catch up. Transmission fluid and filters, he changes every 50,000 miles, and the transmission's been fine other than the hesitation, which is a built-in feature. Parking brake cable broke, and that's really it. And then what it's like to drive, I have a previous generation truck that rides pretty rough, a Z71 1995 model, and this thing is a lot quieter and a lot smoother when you're driving it down the road. It's like a Cadillac. It just floats down the road. It's pretty nice if you're going long distances. They love it because they do a lot of long road traveling and pulling a trailer. And so it can do both, pull a trailer, it can run off-road four-wheel drive, and it's like floating on a cloud when you're driving down the road in it. The Vortec engine is fantastic, so they really got that engine right, and no problems. He hasn't really had to do anything with it. So if you're looking for a used one of these and you can find one that somebody's actually taken care of, it's a good deal on a great truck that'll last a good long time. And if you can find one that's been abused, there's a pretty good chance that it'll still be okay even after the abuse, and you'll get some good miles out of it as well. The good thing on these trucks too is that parts are everywhere and they're reasonably priced, and working on them is still pretty easy.
The bed is 6.5 feet long, which is great for hauling stuff, and inside you've got room for 6 people. It's got the kind of hidden back door that swings open, and seating for 3 in the front and 3 in the back. And the ergonomics, especially for the driver, are great. You can get comfortable. If you've got super long legs, there's plenty of room in there. So the four-wheel drive lever is super simple. It's on the floor, and you just put it in whatever gear you want it to be in. Read the manual if you get one of these to make sure you don't jam it wrong when you're going into Ford Low. It's got cranks for the windows and manual door locks. This was one of the last years that they actually still made window cranks on the truck. The good news is that stuff is never going to wear out or break. Same thing with the electric locks. We don't have to worry about that because they're not electric. And the controls on these old Chevy trucks are super simple, easy to understand. You get all the gauges you need, and it's just a truck. It looks like a truck, acts like a truck, and gives you the full truck experience, and it's going to last a good long time. So that's my family's experience with this particular Chevy truck. It's been great. It's been reliable. It's taken them everywhere they want to go, and it continues to run, and it's probably good for another 20 years if we want to keep it that long. So if you're looking for one of these trucks, I would highly recommend it. And of course, if you've seen my other videos, you know I love the 88 to 98 Chevy trucks as well. That's what I'm driving around in, and I love it. So I think you can't go wrong with either one of these, but my dad's truck has had less problems than mine, so maybe he wins.